Welcome back to Telltale. I'm Greg.
And I'm Emily.
And we're going to talk about another really cool horror story, since this is the Halloween month.
Spooky season.
Yeah, we're fully into it. That's all we're reading this month. We're reading so much horror, we're not going to be able to sleep at night.
I sure haven't. Last night, I had a dream. Borderline nightmare of some kind of military coup. It was horrific. But during Christmas, which is the best time for horror stories to take place.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, enough said. Greg's going to do most of the talking this time because once again...
Yeah, because she went and read something else that was kind of similarly titled by the same author. She's done this 3 times now this month.
Only twice, I think. Twice? I think it was just with William Hope Hodgson and then this one. And then same author. Similar title.
Oh, but you started messing up on the 2
I was mixing up the 2 Lovecraft stories because both happened in caves. And I was like, what the heck? And I think Saoirse's going to join us. You can come up, baby girl.
Come on up. Come on up and listen to us talk about invisible things.
Ooh, you like to see things that aren't there.
Yeah, come on up.
You like to commune with the demons in the kitchen that I can't see.
So you can't, out of camera, but I've got a cat.
It's a Saoirse. She'll probably wander her way over eventually.
Animals seem to like me. People don't, animals do. Go figure.
I like you, but I'm very cat-like, I won't lie.
Okay.
My husband says I'm his favorite kitty in the house. I was like, aw.
Oh, okay, I won't touch that.
I sleep a lot. Not like that, Greg, you pervert. You're a libertine and a charlatan.
Yes.
And I like it. Anyway.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Now you can see Saoirse on the screen.
Yeah.
She's on your knee now.
Okay, so let's get down to business here for Telltale. We're talking about the only story I've ever read by Guy de Maupassant. She's now read a different story.
So now I'm going to read the right one eventually, and we'll meet in the middle.
So the story is the Horla, a very famous horror story. And I'm trying to remember. It's either the first or the second story ever written about invisible beings. I'm thinking the Fitzjames O'Brien wrote one that I think came before that was published before this one. But the Horla is a lot more interesting. The basic synopsis, I'll be very, very brief about it, but it's going to be spoilery, okay? Actually, I already did kind of spoiler.
Invisible beings.
It's a short story, and it's more than 100 years old, so everybody's read it, right?
Apparently I haven't.
The story is that there's this guy who gets a sense that there's something in the room with him. He's not sure, but he feels his presence. This continues to go on, and he starts looking deeper into this, feeling that there's something there, and realizes that there is a presence there. And he eventually gets this thing to talk to him. And that's how he finds out it's called the Horla. It is an invisible being with him. Now, here's the catch. This guy's descending into madness through the whole story. Is this a figment of his imagination, or is the Horla real?
Unreliable narrator.
Right, and you're in this guy's head experiencing this, so you don't know at the end of the story if the Horla was real or not, or the product of his madness. But apparently that's what the Horla does. It destroys. It's almost like a demon that goes around destroying people by making them think
crazy.
They're mad. And so they do go mad.
Get them right in the ego.
And so then
make them question themselves.
Once they kill themselves, the Horla goes after somebody else.
Oh, interesting.
And the story is the original, I believe, was French. I've read it in translation. The translator did an awesome job. I forget who it was that translated my copy. I've got it as an ebook. It's public domain. You can get it on Project Gutenberg.
Okay.
You can get it through Kindle or Apple Store. And, of course, there are books, collections of that story with other horror stories that Guy de Maupassant wrote. Now, if I recall correctly, he's remembered mostly for his horror stories, but he wrote a lot of other stuff. So that's why you read one that was not horror at all.
I mean, it kind of was. It didn't come across, but at the end, 2 people died. So I mean,
yeah, but it was more fantastical adventure.
Yeah, it was. It wasn't great. Let me put it that way. I didn't find it memorable. In a lot of respects, it's a lot of people shouting from a balloon, "Where are we?"
Well, this one, and French authors of the late 1800s in particular, I believe it was Charles Baudelaire that translated Edgar Allan Poe into French and published a book of Poe's works, and it had a huge influence over all the authors of the late 19th century in France, including Jules Verne, Charles Baudelaire, André Breton, Guy de Maupassant. Everybody was being heavily influenced by Poe, and Maupassant, and I'm probably murdering the pronunciation.
It's hard with French names. Do you enunciate the letter? Do you not?
Yeah.
Should those letters not even be
I've
there?
never actually heard this name said except by me, so I've seen it in print. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but he did write some horror stories, and in particular he wrote the Horla, and it is a masterpiece. Even though I spoiled it,
read it.
You got to read it, because even in the translation, it is very well done, very creepy, and does leave you wondering at the end. It's a really, really cool story.
Yes, and that's one of the things I think we focus on as in Telltale. We give you a very brief synopsis, but you really have to read it to feel the full impact of the story. The story is not just the plot.
Yeah, we don't do the plot justice. We get things wrong. We remember things wrong, go down
the story is the author's voice and everything they've crafted as a whole. So when we say you should read these, we really want you to read these. Because in their entirety, these are masterpieces. And they deserve to be treated as such.
Yeah, and we constantly have these Cheshire cats that appear from nowhere. Come on over.
Miss Saoirse.
Come on, Miss.
She's my sweet but dumb kitty. There's not a thought in that brain.
She likes me. She's not that dumb.
No. She knows people with good vibes. And people who are nice to her, she's nice.
iPad.
Yes, she's very good at turning on phones and iPads. She likes to lay on them and sit on them and step on them like they aren't even there.
Well, they're warm.
Yes. She doesn't have a lot of spatial reasoning either. She's not a very good jumper. She misses a lot.
Well, that points to an eye problem then. Probably.
Yeah, Story of Saoirse. I rescued her from my friend who said, this cat will have a lot longer life in a home than on my farm. She had been knocked silly by a barn fan that she just walked into it. And she was very good at walking under machinery. Yeah, she's really good at walking under moving cars and machinery. And
don't stab me with your claws.
No claws, be gentle. But she's real sweet and just not very smart.
Nope.
At first they thought they were going to have to put her down because she walked right into that barn fan and just knocked her silly. But she does have an eye problem. This eye is permanently leaky on this side because it did do damage to her tear duct and probably a little brain damage. But she's a real sweet girl and we love her, despite how special she is. And she loves anyone who's nice to her.
She's soft.
She's very soft.
Okay, so
anyway,
we're on tape, so we gotta get back to it.
I know we have a goal here.
We're changing our channel. This is the cat channel.
Yes, Books with Cats, starring Saoirse. There she is. But yeah, back to what I was saying. authors do a holistic craft. And in order to fully appreciate their work, we do encourage you to read it. Yes, we hand you a plot, sometimes some spoilers, sometimes not.
Well,
Especially
these older, more gothic pieces, I feel like authors crafted their words a lot better in the older days.
They were very particular.
Some in the 20th century do, like Ray Bradbury. But a lot of authors today, they just do straightforward writing, and they don't craft the sound of their sentences very well.
They don't use as much alliteration anymore. No. They aren't.
And I think
things
that's
were written
important.
Like poetry.
I think that's important in Gothic literature and horror literature to build the feel and the atmosphere of the piece.
Yes. And I feel like this sounds like it's one of those works. So when we say, please read it, especially if you are a student and you're trying to get past having to read the thing and just get the plot down, we leave out a lot of details, so do not rely on us for that.
Yeah, we're not.
Do your homework.
We're not Cliff Notes.
Yeah, we're not going to be your Cliff Notes. But in order to fully experience these works, we really want you to read them in their entirety, because this is a masterpiece. This is someone's craft. It was their livelihood, and it deserves to be treated as such. So yeah.
And this is a really enjoyable story.
I'm
Short
going to read
story,
it.
so it's not going to take you much, and you're going to love it at the end.
Yes.
If you like horror.
Yep, and I'm going to read it eventually.
If you don't like spooky things, stay away from all the stories we're talking about this month.
Yeah, because we're all about the spook.
Because there's, this month is all about cannibalism, decapitation, vampires, shipwrecks, voices in the night.
Murderous tribes.
Yeah.
More voices in the dawn. And the night.
Yes.
And the mid-afternoon.
And green meadows. And
yeah.
Other worlds.
Invisible people. Insanity.
Caves.
Undead.
Caves. And more caves.
Vampire. Yeah, lots of caves. 2 caves. And vampires.
No, caves in Arthur Gordon Pym. They get
oh, yeah, they had caves in there, too. 3 caves. 5 caves. If you count all the caves in Arthur Gordon Pym.
And we haven't read Dracula yet. There might be a cave in there.
I'm sure there is.
Could be.
A house like a cave, maybe. You never know. But yeah, so definitely. Would you say this is a top tale? I trust you.
Yes, the Horla is a top tale.
And I will for sure read it.
It's mind-blowing.
I'm ready then. I'll read it. I'll read the right damn story this time, I swear.
What did you read?
The Travels of La Horla.
Horla? Of the
La Horla.
La Horla,
yeah.
Okay.
The Travels of La Horla, which is the name of a hot air balloon.
It's the right
and it's pretty
name.
Crazy. Yeah, and it's by the same author. How frickin' dare he? I hate these authors that just I'm going to name all of my stuff almost exactly the same.
Exactly.
Just change maybe or add a word. What the hell? Stop doing this to me. Come up with more original titles.
And I gotta stop choosing stories that are all set in the same place.
Seriously. By the same author with the same titles, Greg. I blame you. No, I'm kidding.
It's a plot.
Yep.
It's a conspiracy.
Yeah. And I will not kid you, though. When I went to look for La Horla, it didn't come up. The Travels of La Horla came up first.
Right.
And La Horla by itself did not show up. I looked on Project Gutenberg. I Googled
you needed to look for the Horla.
Yeah. And there it was.
Who knew?
Who knew? Who'da thunk it? But anyway.
So don't read The Travels of La Horla. Read the Horla.
It's not that good. I was disappointed.
Okay.
I thought it would be spooky. Well, part of it was because I thought it'd be spooky. The other part is this is Around the World in 80 Days.
Oh no.
This is fucking boring.
Yeah.
Where are we? Get a freaking map in your fucking balloon. Anyway, yeah, it was terrible.
Plug in your damn GPS.
I think this video is going to go viral just because Emily was dumb and didn't read the right story. Common problem, apparently.
It's my fault.
No, it's really not. I should have pursued it much further and asked more questions. That was on me.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it. I will for sure take time to read it, and I'm glad it's a top tale.
Okay.
So thanks for doing that. Thanks for taking the lead on this video for me.
So this video, we're shooting these all on one night at the beginning of October.
I'm exhausted.
Except for Dracula, and I'm going to do it on my own.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also going to read The Telltale Heart on my own. Otherwise,
Yay.
we're doing the whole October in one night.
Yeah, I'm going to try and do also some supplementary spooky stories. I have this great publication, Masterpieces of Terror and the Supernatural, selected by Marvin Kaye.
That's a great book.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And I found one for sure that I'm really interested in diving into by Mary Shelley, of course. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Since we've already read Frankenstein, I'd like to read more of her work. So I figured that would be a good one for me to do. And then I might pick two or maybe two more out of this.
Okay.
And see where that goes. But this is also
some
where
bonus videos.
Yeah, we'll get some bonus videos this season. So.
And I'm trying to talk her into, I suck at this sort of thing. She's really good at it. I'm trying to talk her into doing a special video for All Hallows Eve.
Yes. I have plans.
I don't know what that's going to be, but I'm the instigator.
Well, I'll for sure be in costume. I just haven't
Yeah.
picked which one yet. I have like 800. And more wigs than is probably appropriate for someone who doesn't work as a stripper, burlesque dancer, or transvestite. So, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Okay,
Yeah.
and like I say, I won't be doing it because I suck at costumes. My costumes all look stupid.
Here's what I told him he should do. He needs to wear a sign that says nudist on strike around his neck and just dress normally. That's all you gotta do.
Yeah.
It's the cheapest.
No.
On a piece of cardboard with Sharpie. That's all you need.
I got a much better costume for the video. I'm going to be the Invisible Man.
Is he there? Is he not? Is he the Horla?
I'm going to be the Horla
He's arrived as the Horla.
and drive you mad.
You do every day. No, I'm kidding. And that's new how? No. Kidding.
Hey, it's my job in this world.
It's true. Somebody's got to keep my ass in line.
Somebody's got to produce.
Somebody's got to make fun of me when I do stupid shit, like read the wrong story. Oh well.
Okay. So
Anyway.
that's it for the Horla. It's a really cool story, but for me to say anything more would just be dumb. So
And for me to say anything about it, yeah, okay, I have nothing to say about it. So
you'll love it.
I will. I'm sure I will.
Story.
I trust you for sure. You have yet to lead me astray, so.
I gotta work on that.
Yeah, we gotta read some shit every once in a while. Like, what the
Ice
hell was
Planet
this?
Barbarians.
Yeah. So those were on sale when I was at Books A Million the other day. They had beautiful covers. I was so shocked. At least 2 in the series. The 2 that are out. I think there's probably a third one coming. I'm sure.
Yeah, there was one that was just released. I saw advertised.
I didn't see that at Books A Million. But
Okay.
there are 2 out, and they both have beautiful covers. And I was like, I should get
where
these.
Did you see a Books A Million? There aren't any Books A Millions in Wisconsin.
I was in Glen Arbor, Michigan, visiting the Traverse City area that particular day, and
so
there was a Books A
they have them in
Million.
Michigan, which is just across the pond.
Yeah.
They have them in Texas down by Samantha. They do not have them in Milwaukee or Green Bay.
That's a bummer.
No.
Yeah, I would happen to be there, and I actually got I had a good haul, which I
Okay.
never posted on Telltale because I'm terrible with social media these days. But anyway, thanks for joining us, guys. We're on rabbit trails now, so it's time to go. Like, subscribe, talk to us, tell us what you think of the story if you read it, give us suggestions of other stories you want us to read, and we will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.